3, Vanderbilt versus Missouri. This was in Nashville for College Game Day. This was one of my favorites, hands down. If we didn't have the next two above this, this would be hands down far and above, like not even close to.
Yeah.
Mainly because this was Vanderbilt's biggest game in program history, and we got to be there for it. Super cool. We met some really cool people at this game. I had a really great time. The food, we ate at like a local like Mexican slash like American cuisine place. There was no one there in the middle of Nashville.
We got there right at opening.
I guess
I
we
think.
did.
And I think it opened early. It opened like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we were in there at like 10:45. I got like some giant breakfast burrito thing, I think, and it was so good. I loved it. Our friend Silas once again went with us on this trip. I think he could vouch for us, and he really enjoyed that too. Our hotel situation was really good. It was comfortable. It was nice. It was clean. It was close by. We saved some money probably on that. We got tickets really cheap too. There was a huge move we made. We were leaving the Auburn game.
We pulled over on the interstate and bought them direct from Vanderbilt, and then I think what did we buy them for, like $80 maybe?
$80 a piece.
And then their value went to like $350.
If you're a Vanderbilt fan, knowing that you were buying tickets for $300 at this game, you don't want to hear that we bought it for $80 and we're not even Vanderbilt or Missouri fans. So anyway, we could have totally scalped those and resold them and made like $400 or more, but we're not bad people, so we didn't do that. But it was super fun. So we gave it a 3 out of 3 on town food and attractions. Nashville was elite, super fun. We were there really early, got to experience it from morning all the way to evening. Super fun. Game day was pretty good. We didn't have the best spot for game day though. We were stuck on like a
hill. It's always gonna be tough to get a good spot for game day.
So that didn't make the game day experience as good as it could have been. But overall, we got to do it all. And it was a very travelable area.
And then the line at the gift shop was horrible.
Oh, that was bad. I wanted a Vanderbilt hoodie really bad. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, we couldn't buy any merchandise because the line was like an hour long.
I saw the line and I said no thanks. Some other time, another season. We got to see the end of the Nexus Trace.
There were chairbacks in for some reason too.
Oh, I forgot to talk about that.
Yeah, we had to hide them somewhere because they wouldn't let us bring them in. So
the stupidest protocol I've ever seen in my life. The lady that told us we couldn't bring them in was such a jerk. I don't know why they did that. Super dumb. Their seats were really uncomfortable. But yeah, that sucked. We got to see the end of the Natchez Trace, which, if you live in Mississippi, the Natchez Trace runs like straight through central Mississippi. And I didn't even ever think that we'd ever see the end of the Natchez Trace.
Yeah,
we basically got to be there, so that was cool. I love Nashville. I really want to go back. I really hope we get to go back for another game next year.
Y'all open up against Louisville there next year. Maybe we could go to that.
I would definitely entertain that. That could be a really good game too. So definitely gonna have to look at that. But overall, hopefully Vanderbilt ends up being good next year and we can go see them too. So I really enjoyed that. And number 2, we've got Miami taking on Ohio State. This was at Jerry World, Cotton Bowl, whatever you want to call it, in Dallas. So Dallas Cowboys Stadium, so it's a neutral site. We gave it a 9 out of 10 though. Even though it was a neutral site, this easily earned the rating that we gave it. The crowd noise, I gave this a 4 out of 4. You agreed somewhat with me on this. Even for a neutral site game, it doesn't get much better than this. Like both fan bases wanted this so bad, and they're both like notoriously like large, obnoxious fan bases congregating together for a really intense game.
Right on the divide.
We were in the very center. We stole tickets for this game at the last second. Not actually stole, but we were in the parking lot, and I convinced Landon to wait for tickets, and we thought we were going to get screwed. We thought we were going to get good tickets. We were going to have to pay like $150, $200 to sit in level 3 seating. We got level 2 seating for like $80.
And all the other tickets around us were like double that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the people around us would have been livid to know what we got those tickets for. So we got a really good spot for this game. One of the plays that sticks out to me that was so cool was the Keontae Scott pick 6 on the screen. And I don't want to brag on myself. This was really cool.
You telegraphed it.
I telegraphed this play, right? I was being a couch quarterback, and I saw the setup for the screen as they were putting Brandon Ennis in motion. And I looked at Landon and I said, this is a screen pass all day, bubble screen. Keontae Scott was 5 steps ahead of me, and he had to slow himself down just to get ready to jump this.
Yeah.
He jumps it, runs straight to our end zone right at us after he intercepts Julian Sayin and scores. Biggest play of the game was absolutely mental. The Miami fans were losing their minds, like animals. Like, they could not control themselves. It was really funny. Their fans are freaking hilarious if you're not the opposing fan base watching the game.
Definitely,
so, I had a blast at that one. So crowd noise 4 out of 4. Quality of game, we gave it a 2.5 out of 3 solely because it was not a one possession game. So I think you got to have a one possession game or double overtime kind of sort of thing to have a.
Yeah.
So it was still really fun and it was competitive. Town food and attractions, we gave this a 2.5 out of 3. We ate at what's the Mexican place you love so much? I never
Uncle Julio's.
Uncle Julio's is goaded. I highly recommend it. It was super good. I really enjoyed that. We stayed at a local Airbnb right outside of Dallas. It was pretty good. We got it at a decent price. We had fun. We tried some like local breakfast burritos one morning that were really good. I don't remember the place. I'm sorry, but I thought the food was pretty good. The attractions, there really weren't any. We were in Dallas, so you soak it in. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a big city. We're from a small town, so it's fun to go to places like that. Overall, this gets a 9 out of 10. Number two, really, really good game. Would love to go back to a playoff game in Dallas. Finally, at number one, this game takes the cake. It wasn't even close. Mississippi State, Arizona State, and Starkville. This is a 10 out of 10. It's just not close. This was far and above the best game I've probably been to, other than the Ole Miss game against LSU in 23 and the Georgia game 23. Both of those were field stormings. Got to storm the field for those. And I was actually an Ole Miss fan, so obviously those games are more important to me at those games. But Landon, this game I think for you, like it's just not even close. It's untouched.
It is. I mean, it was
Peak
just absolute
experience.
peak.
Yeah,
That's the best way to describe it.
it was so fun. Crowd noise 4 out of 4. State was up in this game 17-0 early, and then they end up blowing the lead. I think didn't the game get tied at 17?
They went up 20-17.
And then you get stopped in the red zone trying to score, have to kick a field goal to go up 20-17. State gets the ball back with like a minute left. And Blake Shapen just launches a bomb to Brennan Thompson. Just such a good play. It was so awesome. They had that one safety or corner blitz that fell that allowed this play to go through, and Blake Shapen to have the time for once, complete a big throw. I cannot describe the feeling of the stadium when that ball was in the air. Cannot describe it. No words can put it into effect what that felt like.
And just the build up like within the fan base before this game was unreal. Like I can't remember the last time we had a build up for a game like this one. It might have been since 2014. Like before a game, like it being hyped up as much as this was.
Yeah, and we hyped it up a lot too because we both picked Mississippi State to win. And at the time, Arizona State was top 15 or top 12.
They were number
11 or 12. So this is a big upset at the time. Arizona State finished like what, 9-4?
I think they were 8-5.
8-5 or 9-4.
All the injury crap though.
They were a good football team. This is a big.
And we played them at
State.
full health.
Yeah.
Which they were only. I think they only lost at full health one other time maybe this year.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as the quality of game, it was really freaking good. It was really exciting. It was really loud. It was a night game. Mississippi State showed out at home. It just felt like if Mississippi State can improve the unit of their team, there are going to be more games like this over the next couple of years under Jeff Levy. I fully believe that. As an Ole Miss fan, I've seen games like that. Like when we were kind of trying to make that jump from like the 9-win team to the 10 to 11-win team, we would play teams like Kentucky that were overinflated and we beat them and storm the field. I think there'll be a point in time where Mississippi State will have games like that, and maybe that gets to a point where if Jeff Levy is successful enough, which I think is possible, they may not have to rush the field against overinflated teams anymore.
It was just coming off 2-10. Is why that game was just the way it was.
Not to rush the field though. Like in that situation, the rushing was perfectly.
And then all the trash talk, like all the hotel crap, the week building up like that threw gasoline on the fire too.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
So funny.
It was ridiculous, and I think Brandon Walker's reaction to that game was so funny.
That was golden.
That was elite. That guy is just such a clown. I think he's so funny. So quality of game 3 out of 3. Crowd noise 4 out of 4. Town food and attractions, this got a 3 out of 3. I know that's a little inconsistent with what we've given Starkville over the course of these rankings, but we had really good food. I forget the name of the place that we sat down at.
Did we go to Harvey's?
I think we went to Harvey's. Pretty sure that's where we went. I had a really good meal there. I enjoyed it a lot. The atmosphere is really cool.
I think we stayed at a cool place
because we stayed somewhere really cool. Didn't we like pass Blake Shapen the next day?
Yeah, he like drove past our place because he lives in the same apartment complex that we stayed at.
That was cool. His truck was ridiculous, but yeah, the town food attractions. Starkville was bustling. Like it was so crazy. Like that was the buildup was unreal. Like you were talking about. definitely deserving of a perfect score. The field storming was the only one we got to go to all year, so it had to be number one, whether the place we were at was great or not. It was a field storming, so peak experience. The photo album I have for this game is extensive. I've got a
Yeah.
ton of pictures and videos of this game, and this video, I mean, this picture is probably, I guess, like it doesn't really describe the intensity and just the insanity that was going on because we
Yeah,
can't.
I have better, but I took them like this, and if you take a picture like that, it's not going to show up on the TV good. So I had to do one that was sideways
Yeah, and we
while we're
also
kind of
can't
stuck
do a
with this.
video because the audio is gonna overlay really weird, and it would kind of be screwing it
Next
up.
year, everything we're going to do like this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll remember that. But if we can post some of those pictures at some point for extra content, this just doesn't do it justice for how awesome it was. But that's the aftermath when we stormed the field. It was super fun. State fans really deserved that after the previous season. I think that was really awesome for the fan base. That wraps up our 2025 game season experience rankings. We had a blast this year. This was really fun to get to recap everything one last time and reminisce on the 2025 season and everything we got to do. Is a first full year, technically college football year, being a podcast and recording episodes like this. This is our first time entering the off season, so we've got to do a lot of different kind of content creation and find different material that we can talk about because I mean we've exhausted 2025 for what it's worth to this point. So be checking out our TikTok, our Instagram, and our YouTube. We're gonna put out short form content. We're gonna start to change the way we do our off season content for the podcast. So we won't have the normal stuff that we've been doing. But we're starting to make some changes. So check out that stuff and please give us a follow. We're trying to grow a little bit. So not going to grovel too much, but groveling a little bit for followers, that would be
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, if you've watched the video this long, this is now going to be, if this is, or when this is a full video, we're at the 36-minute mark right now. If you've made it this long, you got to subscribe if you're not subscribed already.
Yeah, if you're listening this long, it just does not make sense to not subscribe unless you just really don't like us and for some reason you chose to stick around and listen to us.
I guess if we're getting hate watched.
Yeah, maybe we're just dead noise in the background while you're at work or something, but we really would appreciate the follows. We're trying to grow. We're having a lot of fun. It's really cool to see how far we've made it. So any support is appreciated. That's going to wrap up episode 28, a real short one for us, but we'll be back with more content here in the next week or so, and we're excited to keep going for the off season.